And we are back, everybody. Today we're going to learn the old and the new pencil tool in Adobe Illustrator. Up until recent, the pencil tool functioned pretty much the same throughout all versions of Illustrator. And me personally, I'm a pen tool fan. But I did see the potential of the pencil tool. It was just that there were so many issues with the accuracy, and because when you increase the accuracy, it gave you so many anchor points, it made it difficult to manipulate afterwards. It could have been a headache. So for those who aren't familiar with it and do not have Adobe Illustrator CC, and you have CS6 and prior, or if you have the initial version of Adobe CC and you haven't updated, then you'll know that the pencil tool is the same throughout all versions of this. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to cover what the pencil tool is like, or what it was like in previous versions, and then in our next video we're going to cover what it's like in the new version. So you're going to go to your tools panel and you're going to hit the either N key and select your pencil tool, or it will be in the 5th row, 2nd column, or the 10th in a single column layout icon. And you'll notice right off the bat you can select your tool and then make sure you have your fills turned off. Essentially, in older versions, all it does is it works with strokes. So you can draw a line out on the board, and that's exactly what you'll get, is what that line is. But how accurate it depicts that line 100% depends on how you have it set up in your settings. Now, if you've noticed any of the other tutorials that we've had, you can double click on some of your icons for your tools and it will bring up an options box. And this option box lets you adjust certain things about the tool so that you can more so make it more accurate to how you draw, how you may put things on your artboard. Basically, you tailor it to the style that you're doing or whatever you're going to need it for that particular piece. So right now, this is set to be more round in terms of its softness. So if I were to do this and draw out a shape, it's going to give me less anchor points and more of a curve associated with that line. This is the older pencil tool. Now, if I wanted to be more accurate with what I was getting, I could double click on the pencil tool, and you see the smoothness is turned all the way up to 100%. And you saw how our paths that we created, what we got. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it all the way down to 0%. I'm going to create another path. And if you notice, this path is similar to this one, except there are more anchor points. If I were to select this one as well, you'll notice there are 1, 2, 3, 4 anchor points, whereas this one has 7 or 8 anchor points. Roughly same shape, about the same curve, but you'll also notice this is much smoother in how it's formed, where this is a lot bumpier. That's because the smoothness is turned down and therefore the accuracy is turned up more, which means it'll register more of your hand movements as you're using the tool. Now, let's change this from a low fidelity all the way to a high fidelity for the tolerance. And let's draw another line. Now this, we have 2 anchor points. Just 2. And that was with us just drawing a basic curved line. Alright? So let's do that again. Let's draw that line, and then let's see what happens when we turn the fidelity all the way down, but then we try and make the same exact shape. Now you notice the lower the fidelity, the more accurate your line is going to be to how you drew it, and it's not going to give it such a curved shape. So fidelity and smoothness pretty much go hand in hand. So let's turn fidelity all the way up, smoothness all the way up, click OK, draw another line, and you'll see how it levels out that end for the smoothness coming off of that turn. But if we were to take the smoothness down, you'll notice that it still stays more of the curve let off when I draw it. See? So those are the differences between those settings. Now, if you were to open that dialog box back up, you'll notice there are options. Fill new pencil strokes, keep selected, and edit selected paths. If you want to fill in your new pencil strokes, you can always check this box and it will allow you to fill them in while you're making them. If you want to keep them selected, after you're done with it and you've lifted up your hand or your tablet pen or digitizer or whatever, it will keep that tool selected. If you want to edit the selected paths, then this within section governs how close you have to be to that line before it starts to edit that actual path. Now, what happens is if it is selected and you're close to it and you start to move within a certain range of it, it's automatically going to change that. So you have to be careful with which ones you select in this toolbox. Okay, so that's essentially how the pencil tool works in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, this is the older version. You can always change the fidelity and the smoothness, and then you can get different results. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shoot on over to our Adobe Illustrator CC, and we're going to show you how the new pencil tool works. So check out the next video and be sure to refer to this one so you can see the differences between the old tool and the new tool, and then you can decide whether or not that's something you may want to upgrade to or something you want to jump on board. It's a really beneficial tool, and this is coming from somebody who loves the pen tool. So take a look at it, catch up on this, and then make sure you go and look at that video soon. All right, I'll see you guys there.